And also I will be allowing you to host.
Yes, sir.
So in the previous session, we have seen the PF contribution. So what are the different contribution and what are the different waste types related to that? And the entire, so here we are trying to contribute, suppose we're talking about a PF trust maintained by the organization. In that case, we have to use this one. Okay? And this is the scenario for, is it an excluded or exempted? Whatever we are doing it now, it is an exempted trust. Okay. And yeah, so this series you can maintain as I have mentioned. Okay. So that is a task for you, Srikanth. So now we will be proceeding for the next one. So this is a task for you. You can do that. Okay. After copying the model waste type, you can create your own waste types. Then you can use this in the configuration. Okay. So that is for your exempted trust. You can close it.
Okay, I'm close. Yeah.
So we'll be going to the next one now. So now in the chat window, I'll be putting another table name in the same SM30. You have to go to this table for the company rate. So V underscore T7 INF5. Go back SM30. So it is also easy to remember. So if you observe, the table names are also starting with, means ending with F series, and the waste types also F series. Okay, so you can easily remember. Okay. So this is a standard one. We generally do not change. Okay, so 12%. Okay, so the standard employer contribution. Okay, so you do not have to change it. But again, why this is we are maintaining it here? We have a different allowance grouping. Even if suppose your organization is having 10 different allowance grouping. Okay, so accordingly you have to just maintain this configuration, nothing much here. Okay, so that is the idea. So this is your so you specify the company date for the contribution towards the provident fund. Okay, so this is a non-statutory rate. It can be any amount that is equal to or greater than the statutory rate. It can be different for different allowance grouping and period. But ideally, I have seen mostly 12% is the standard one. Okay, it can be changed, but again, not recommended. Okay, so that is the one. So, any questions here?
No, sir.
Okay, now we will be proceeding to the next table. Go back again, and in the chart window, simply the last digit is 7. Okay, nothing much. Just go to V underscore T7 INF7. So what is this? What this table is all about?
Constant.
Trusted details.
So here, even if it is a trust details, you'll be finding a different column here. So this is your interest rate. Okay. So whatever the PF interest is there, okay, that for that particular trust, okay, it may happen if your organization having its own trust and they are giving a different interest. Okay, in that case, you have to maintain that trust interest depending upon the values. But this is a standard rate. Okay, so this 12, 15, all these are standard rate. Okay, so that just you have to understand that depending on the trust ID, you have to use this. And also, you will be having so here you'll be finding one exceptions. If it is an the first one, EXC1, that will be your no payment towards EDLI or EDLI admin charges. Okay, so why? So because, so just go to their EXCA1. What is that trust?
This one, sir. Second one.
Second, no, first one. So first one is in different, right? So it says no payments towards EDLI and your, what is that?
Admin charges.
EDLI admin charges. Okay. So in all the remaining part, we have a paying towards EDLI and EDLI admin charges. Okay. So what does this mean actually? So I'm just giving the answer as well. So from a EDLI point of view, if it is an excluded trust, so first one is the excluded trust. Okay. So EXC1, the first trust, whatever you're seeing, in this case, just remember it carefully. No contributions are made towards EDLI, EDLI administration, or pension. Okay, so the entire contribution is made to the trust in the form of provident fund. So for that reason, it is called excluded trust. Okay, that is the meaning of an excluded trust. In those cases, there will be no EDLI contributions, EDLI admin charges contribution. Whatever you are paying, the entire contribution to the trust is in the form of provident fund. Okay, that is the meaning of excluded trust. And the second one,
It's maintained
EAC1.
organization, own organization.
Yes, yes. So whenever it is an EXE1, which is an exempted trust, in those cases, your EDLI, then EDLI administration and pension, 8.33% is actually a contribution to the government. Okay, and the provident fund is maintained by a trust other than the RPFC. So in the previous example which we did, that was especially for your EXE1 exempted trust. Okay. And the last two are very simple. RPFC is mostly I came across in my projects. I have not seen that much complication. Mostly people follow this RPFC. You do not have to worry about the calculation part, management part, and administrating pension fund and all this PF fund. And you need again manpower to control this. So for that reason, it's very better to go with RPFC. Okay. So in case of RPFC or the Regional Provident Fund Commissioner Trust, all the contributions are made to the government. Okay, so that's as simple as that. Okay. So this table is clear, right? The trust details. Shrikant?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will be proceeding for the further one.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear, sir.
So this is after understanding this. Now we will be going to go back again. I will tell you. Did I mention the INF3? INF3 did I tell or not? Go to
No,
INF.
sir.
No, 3 I didn't tell. Yeah, please go to INF3. So here you can see the rate, the percentage. If in case the percentage changes over a period of time, as of now, since long time it has not been changed as of now. Okay, so these are the different percentage rate. Okay, so suppose somebody is asking what is the PF contribution, PF and CA contribution rate and all. Okay, so from here you'll be getting an idea. Okay, so what is your statutory rate?
Your voice is not audible.
Is it? I think from my
Not
internet
audible,
is.
sir.
Oh, is it? Is it better? Just a minute. Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's better now.
It's better.
Actually, I'm relying on my data card only. We'll go back. Now we'll be talking about a feature. Okay. So how to see a feature in SAP? You must have seen a lot of features in OMPA module. What is the transaction code for feature? I mean, PE03.
PE03. Okay.
Yes. So PE04, whatever we have seen, those are for functions and operations. So here I'm talking about one feature, which is the 40 EPF 40. I'll just type out 40 EPF. Just type out there and click change.
40 EPF.
You can click the documentation and you can read it. Like you can tell me what does it mean, what do you understand by that before we go to changes.
Documentation.
Click documentation.
There is no documentation.
No. There are three radio button are there.
Okay, third one, documentation.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
got confused. Yes.
Radio button.
Display. So here
I'm looking for the I actually. Okay.
Yeah. So that is in some places that is the place, but here in this feature you will not be finding that way. Okay.
Features.
Okay.
So what does this feature is all about? Okay. So this feature, it returns the different value, contribution type, employer PF reference number, employer pension reference number. So all these things will be written, but so why it is required? Okay, so in this place, so basically this makes, depending upon your personal area, personal sub area, pension fund trust, if you like to maintain a structure like that, okay, so you will have to maintain this. Okay, so you can come down, you'll be seeing some examples. So here you can see there are certain examples are given, row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay, so the structure it is talking about, row 4, what are the different options are there. And row 1, it is saying it contains the values 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is the meaning is, so depending upon your organization. So here you can see if it is a 1, that means contribution type is for a notified establishment, and hence employer and employee contribution is 12 always. Okay, so that is the meaning. So if you are using 2, then it is for a non-notified establishment. That means it is maintained by your organizations. That is a value of 1. Okay, so if the return value of the row is 4, that means you have not maintained any trust ID or PF contribution info type. Hence, system will be considering only employer's contribution to the new pension scheme. Okay, so these are the meaning of this. What are this row value? Okay, how will understand again? So row 2 is again related to PF reference number. Row 3 is for employer pension reference number. Come a bit down. So what is row 4? Scroll a bit down. Anything is written there in the row 4? I can't see.
Yeah. This row contains employer pension.
Yes. So this is all about the documentation we have understood. Now what you can do, go back and change.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Click change. Click the decision tree. Click the decision tree. Whenever you're changing, yeah, you have to, for documentation, you have to display. So here you can see a model wise type. I think somebody has created for Andhra. So you can just expand that. I will explain you. IN01, the first one.
Okay, okay.
So this is as per the personal area. Somebody has, it is always WR case in personal area. Okay. So for Andhra, again, if you go BTRTL, so BTRTL means personal sub area.
Personal survey.
So under that, again, we have a, suppose you are having this type of PF trust. Okay, you can expand RPF1. I will tell you. So the 4 row which we are talking about, right? So here you can see similarly 4 rows are there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one is 1, it's maintained. The second one is employer provident fund reference number. Third is employer pension reference number. Fourth one is a particular value. Okay. So similarly for RPF2, otherwise also you can expand. Yeah, otherwise also you can expand. Okay. So what are those things? So in the documentation we have understood those four. What are the meaning of these 4 values, right? Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Actually, this is the meaning of this. Okay. So under RPF1 we have 4 rows. Under RPF2 we are having 4 rows. Similarly for otherwise also we are having 4 rows. And how we will be understanding if somebody is asking what is the meaning of a 1, what is the meaning of a 3, what is the meaning of a 4. Okay, so in those cases, always make a reference to that documentation. Okay, so that documentation which is already there in this 40 EPF. Okay, in that way we can understand. Okay, so yeah, that is the understanding. Is this clear? This feature, what this feature is all about? Okay. So depending
upon actually few days back we actually few days back we have seen this, but we didn't understand much like what you explained.
Got it. So basically same thing happened with me as well 10 years back when I understood, when I never seen this, not 10 years, I will tell, because I started with US payroll and then UK payroll. In 2012, basically I learned started learning Indian payroll in my second company. Okay. So in that point, but I was just confused because so many things are there because US payroll and UK payroll are completely different. From a statutory point of view, Indian payroll is more complicated. So you will be finding a lot of things like this. Okay, so you will be able to understand only when you will be reading the documentations. Okay, so the best way which I will recommend, take a note of it. Okay, and we refer this provident fund trust ID, and similarly you can create your own companies as well. So here we are having one personal area IN01, which is a model waste type. So sorry, model company. Similarly, whatever the personal area you are dealing with, okay, so because it may happen, so your so what you can do, so you have your own personal area, you can create here and you maintain all the series. Okay, that you can do it.
Okay.
And that's a task for you
Okay.
again. After doing it, you have to simply activate it. So there is an activate button beside that Caesar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that
Yes,
Caesar,
sir.
yeah, just after
Check node and activate node.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that is
Okay.
an activate. So don't forget to activate it. Then only it will be, the impact will be reflected during your whenever you are
Okay.
maintaining those info types. Okay, so this is all about the 40 EPF feature. So now we clearly understood what is this, what is it all about. Now,
Yes, sir.
if you have no questions, then we'll be moving to the next part. Any questions before we?
No questions, sir, from my
No
side.
questions. Lakshmi, what about you?
No, sir.
Okay. So now we will be going to another table, which is now you can go to SM30 again.
Okay.
We
One
will be
second.
going to the constant table.
Constant table.
What is the constant? SM30, go there.
Okay, sir.
SM30, from there you go to V underscore T511P. P511. Last time also we have seen many times this table. 511P. There are two tables, 511K and 511P. Okay, so we'll be seeing now
Constant.
P. Okay, constant. This is the constant table. So from here, yeah, country grouping is 40. And there will be a constant which you have to search. I'm just typing it out in the chart window. That is PFBAS. This is the constant. You go there, click position. So you do not have to scroll it. So click position and you enter this value, which I have put it in the chart window. You can see some value is there. Now here you can try that I button. What is this all about? PF eligible pay. What does it mean? Okay. So here it is a constant PF eligible pay. So what does it say? Explanation: the constant holds the eligible pay of the employee or the basis amount based on which the system determines the provident fund contributions. Okay. So what happens basically? Yeah. So during your payroll processing, if you select, so we have selected the second one, right? Okay, we have not selected this one. Okay. If you select the eligible pay or PF basis, whichever is less, option button on the 580, it is not 585 basically, provident fund contribution is 587, somehow it is not correct. Okay, so in the provident fund contribution info type screen, the calculate provident fund contribution INEPF, this function is also we have seen. It reads the particular value of this constant to determine the basis amount for the provident fund contribution by the employer or the employee. Okay. So what does it say? So basically, so whatever the value have been mentioned here, okay. So it will check this and accordingly, okay. So basically it will be 12%. Usually what happens? PF contribution is always 12% of the employee's salary. Okay. If let's say the employee's salary is above a certain amount called eligible pay, okay, and the employer can pay 12% of eligible pay instead of 12% of the employee's salary. Okay. So in those cases, it will be applicable. Okay. So like that is the example which I have given. Okay. So now, so you can go back again. I will tell you. Okay. So a recommendation also you can see, SAP doesn't recommend to change this constant. Whatever value is there, you do not have to change it. But for your understanding only, you have to refer it. Okay. So yeah. So that is the meaning of it. Okay. So now go back again. This is clear, right? PF eligible pay. What is this?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll be going to another table. Just instead of P, you put it K. So in this, we will be seeing another constant, which is a EDLI basis. Okay, EDLI basis will be seeing, that is your EDLIB. Just you can type out EDLIB. It is already there. 2 lakh one some 108 some amount is there. So this EDLI basis, how this is calculated. So SAP, actually this is a government provided by government only. So EDLI basis has been equated to minimum eligible pay and PF basis effective from payroll period, particular payroll period. It is configurable and maintained in this particular view. Okay, so which the amount is 200108. Okay, and this date. Okay, so here you can see this particular amount. Okay, so this will be actually used in your function INEPF, which will be now after this we'll be discussing. Okay, so this is this basis. What are the basis calculations again provided by government, which is a task for you again to read it in the going to the I button, in the information, all these things. So these things all you can refer. Okay, EDLI rounding, basis for EDLI. Okay, so this is a good to understand. All these things will be able to understand in detail. Okay. So this is a task for you, but ideally we do not change this value. So for your knowledge purpose, you can read it. Okay, but we never change this value. Okay, so it is all government given by government, and SAP actually without any recommends, SAP recommends not to change it. Okay, in your system. So now we'll be going to the function. So go to the function P0587. Yeah.
What I need to.
Yeah. Go there. I button.
I button.
Yes. Okay. So here you can see what this function does. Okay. So all these tables, whatever have been maintained here, mentioned here, we've already discussed all these things. Okay. So like it says, if after this function, it will read data from a 587. Okay. Then depending upon your WPVP, means your org assignment and your all this table value. So all this table we have already discussed. INF1, INF3, T7, INF5, INF57, or depending upon this value, okay, so the data will be read and it will be transported and stored in an internal table. So what is that internal table name? EPF. Okay, so EPF will be your internal table, and after which, okay, there is a function again. This will be an input to the INEPF function. It will distribute and it will split that into employer and employee PF contribution. Okay. So in this is an input function. You can understand in that way. This function will read the data from the info type 587 and all these 4 tables. Okay. This V underscore TN, T7, INF1 to INF7, all these 4 table, and it will be storing in that internal table EPF. Then after that, it will split. Okay. It will split info type 587, and it will be reflecting depending upon the feature 40 EPF. Okay, so after it gets processed, then it will be sending those to the next function, which is the important function INEPF. Okay, so this function is very straightforward. Nothing much is there. Now we can go back. Yeah. So this documentation, all I will recommend to read in detail. So you can go to the function INEPF now, the last function, INEPF.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now if you read the documents is voluminous. Yeah. So here, what does it says? So I'm just telling you in a brief. You can read it on your own in detail. Okay. So here the input is input table and the EPF, for the previous function which we have seen, the P0587. Okay. So after that, what exactly it does? It computes your actual monthly PF basis. Okay. So from where it will generate? So there is a wage type called slash. I'll just type it down. So it is also mentioned in here. I think in the documentation they have mentioned it. Just scroll a bit down if it is explained here. So the example which you can read it, okay. But yeah, I think that logic they have not mentioned yet. Yes, it is stored in here. If the employee is working in a notified establishment, this is the 12% of 3,000. Then it is 360. Then if the employee volunteers to 10%. Okay, so here you can read this example, which will be better understanding. It will give a better understanding. Suppose say your employee is volunteering 10%. Okay, so then how the calculation will happen. Okay, so that details example. So this one you can test it. Okay, I will recommend to test it. Okay, so this is the way you can understand this IN EPF, how does it work, and the output will be your this /3F series which I talked about. Okay, also we have seen in the payroll log as well how the /3F series will be looking like. Okay, so this is all about the date. We have seen the end as an end user. We understood just to summarize how PF data will be maintained for an employee. Then after that simulation, we have seen what are the series, those /3F series have been generated. Then also we have seen what are the different configuration tables which are related to your provident fund. Followed by we have seen two functions, which is the P0587 and your INEPF. And one feature also we have discussed, that is regarding which, what is the feature name? 40 EPF, 40 EPF. Okay.
EPF.
Yeah, 40 EPF. Where I suggested you can create your own personal, what are the personal area you are using. At present, it is the model company is given IN01, which you can use your own personal area, and you can try that. Okay. So these are the different concepts regarding all of your related to the provident fund and pension related to that. Okay. Other than this, we have actually yeah, almost close to the topic. Okay. So yeah, now you can go to another some special cases for EDLI and PF administration charges. Okay, go to PE02.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so go to PE02 and I will tell you one particular rule, which is basically INED.
It's taking time, sir.
So this INED for this particular rule, you can go to that. No, I don't copy it. Click that second one only. Second one. Where used list.
Very
Yeah, where used list, and then the pop-up, you do not select the first one, choose the second one. Second one, user defined schema.
user defined.
Okay. Let's see if it is anything is there. No, that means it has been commented or it has not been used. Okay, but it is a special case. I will not go detail about it. Okay, so you can go to now PE01 and IN00. The standard schema will be seen IN00, and click display. Click display and try to search this INED. Are you able to find out that? Not right. Okay,
Yes.
that is fine. So that means it is not used, but in case of any special cases only you can use it, but I never used it. Okay, so that is regarding all of your related to PF related stuff. So we have another 5 minutes left. Then now we can proceed to your assignments. So with this we completed the IFOTI 587 end to end. Okay, now you can showcase your assignment.
second, sir. I have to. Let me- This is what I practiced, sir. Actually, I practiced today
Okay, no problem.
before I started our session.
Okay, so this is regarding your info type. Which info type is this? 580?
585, section
Yes.
80.
Section 80. Yeah, just you have maintained it's good. Go down. I can see those values and it has been reflected in your show me the log, payroll log.
Okay, sir.
So this is fine. This is you just maintain the data. Yeah, so this is also fine. I'm interested into the basis and those calculations part. Just explain me.
This is input.
Hmm?
Yeah. So this is inputs are actually I've taken the IT input
Okay. Okay.
INS 80.
This is
So
your SAT.
in input with selection, consider actual contribution. With selection of the consider actual contribution. This is table S80.
So you are seeing whatever the values you have entered, you are able to understand those figure. Whatever you have entered, those amount is coming.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Great.
Yes,
Great.
This is the proposed contributions.
Okay. Now you can come down.
If I second, sir.
This is your ATC, is it? Yeah.
Yes, sir. ATC.
Yes.
One second, sir. It's without selecting the consider actual contribution. I'm getting these results. Yes.
Yeah. So after the contribution, so if actual, right, just come down.
Yes. And this is section INS 88.
Okay. Great. You can proceed further. I understood what you have done. You got it right. How these things values are calculated and how these things is appearing in your payroll log.
Yes, sir.
Understand.
But it is a little tricky remaining if I compare to other info types. I'm little bit yes. So I have got this. I didn't understand about this, sir. Actually, PC00M40 SAT. I have got this result. I didn't find much this. Could you please explain a little bit about this?
Okay. So you have tried to execute this and you got this message, or you are not able to run that, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that you can just park this and we'll be discussing in the once we complete this another 3 info type. Okay. So just make me aware of it. Okay. I understood. And these things I will be discussing towards the end. Okay. Just yeah. So this all the troubleshooting which can also can update at Excel with the thread which I mentioned, right? That URL. Okay.
Yes.
In that you can mention all these things.
Okay.
One session will have having only for those. Okay. All the doubt clear. Okay. So now you can just scroll down. Anything else you have done? And same message is coming for S88 as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And Lakshmi, also you have the similar thing or anything extra you have done? Any
Similar
additional similar things, right? Okay. If it is done, then I trust you. I don't have to go through that. Okay. So if you have done it.
It will take a little bit time, sir, if I want to see.
Okay. Is it a presentation, right? PowerPoint, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. It's take a little bit time, sir.
No problem. We have another 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
The idea is to actually to reinforce your learning only. So you are able to understand those, whatever you are learning, whether you are able to replicate
Yes, I
those
didn't.
things in your practice or hands-on. That is the
Lakshmi,
only
actually, I
idea.
didn't got that link. Sorry.
That URL, is it?
Yes, sir. I didn't got that access that URL.
Okay, so no problem. I will be sending that again. No problem. So then we will be meeting again.
No, not like that. Sir, Lakshmi, Lakshmi didn't. Actually, I didn't got from Lakshmi those document. If I want to show you.
Okay, no problem. Then we are the last of the last top of the hour, and we will stop here.
Okay.
And the day after tomorrow again
Okay,
we
sir.
will meet. And whatever the assignments which I've given,